What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Lamont's Gym and Custom Live Show, the number three podcast. Oh, goodness, it is burning up outside. I had to run a couple errands and I am drenched in sweat. So I'm going to make this quick, get these clothes in the washer, take a shower, and probably kick back for the rest of the day. But y'all don't forget, actually, tomorrow is voting day. You probably will see this on voting day because I'm gonna do some editing and probably upload it when I get home tomorrow at noon. I've got to go in early and do a few things for the state of Alabama around 6 a.m. So I should be back by noon and get this thing uploaded. So I'm speaking to you on Monday, but you will see this on Tuesday. So if you have not yet got out to vote, go out and vote. Hopefully you vote in a Republican primary, get the right people in place, and we could continue to win. Oh goodness, I'm burning up, y'all. Quick thing. So I was watching a few things this morning, and I saw a little special on JoJo and KC. If you don't know who JoJo and KC is, they were the brothers that was part of a two brother group of Jodeci, one of my favorite groups of the '90s. One of my favorite groups of the '90s, with probably my favorite song done by a group in the '90s. Come and talk to me. Now, I can sit up here and talk to you till I'm blue in the face about '80s, '90s music. We all know that it was beautiful, beautiful music, especially R&B, especially groups that participated in R&B. Awesome, girls and guys. But I saw this piece, and they went into detail about KC and JoJo and KC, and I learned some things that I did not know. Um, I think JoJo was on the brink of death not too long ago. His health problems, the drinking and the dope, pretty much done got to him. But I didn't know these guys started off as a damn good gospel group. I didn't know that. So listen, my point to this whole show is, in today's world, you can find your favorite group from the '70s, '80s, and '90s, and etc., and you can instantly get the info, the history on these guys and groups. When back in my day, back when Jodeci was popular back in the '90s, I would have to go to the grocery store and stand in line and see a tabloid, with Casey JoJo's face on, overdosed on dope, or committed a lewd act, doing a concert. We basically didn't have the internet, or you could turn on 106 in Park, and if they were spitting out news, which I can't remember 106 in Park. I can't remember what I I know it was a BET show. Didn't know how that setup was, as far as spitting out news and facts. Now I do know MTV, they had a news minute, a news hour, and you got to low down on all your musicians and all that good stuff. So my point to all that is, I'm rambling, but my point is that in the future, if I or anybody else plan to do a deep dive into um, these entertainers, from back in the day, etc., the internet is unforgiving. The internet will give you what you need to know. Hell, AI give you what you need to know about these groups now. The only thing is, and I think I did a podcast a week ago on source and the resources. If you're gonna spit out content, the main thing is to make sure that your sources and your resources and your information is correct. So that was uh, how should I put it? Content creator, independent reporter, or whatever. Um, I think her name was Juicy Pop on YouTube. She concentrated on entertainers and musicians, especially back in the day, entertainers and musicians, and some current date. But honestly, my algorithm do not take me towards her content anymore. Why, I don't know. Don't know if she's still on um YouTube or not. But she had a very very good um platform where you learned a lot about the entertainers and TV shows from back in the 80s and 90s. And I don't plan on doing that. That's not what I do and what I'm about. You know, but if somebody is interested in doing that, listen, hey, make sure your information is correct and do a complete deep dive. Um, yeah, just a couple more things. So get out and vote. Don't forget to do that. But getting back on the Jodeci thing. So I did not know that all the hardships that Jodeci um ran into over the years. Didn't know they were a gospel group early on. And one of the last things they said on this particular piece was that Jodeci reunited with the other two brothers that I'm sorry, Casey and JoJo reunited with the other two brothers that formed Jodeci, and they was traveling with New Edition. I'm assuming that tour was last year or maybe still going on now. I don't know. I don't do concerts and um, starstruck stuff, so listen. I love Jodeci. Definitely love New Edition. But I'm not finna pay $60 to $100 to go see 60-year-old men stumble around on stage to sing one or two songs. Not gonna do it. I'll get on YouTube and go watch some old videos. That was my passion. And nothing against these people who wants to go to concerts and all that, to each his own. But I work hard for my money. I'm not giving it to nobody else. I'm just not. I'm sorry. Not unless it's Heinz and Tyson pork products and beef products. I'm gonna give them plenty of money. I'm gonna make them millionaires. But I'm sorry, I just can't. I couldn't go see any concert, especially from guys back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Not me. Not what I'm gonna do. But anyway, just to wrap up on this KC JoJo thing. So yeah, they did the tour with New Edition, and I think the criticism of the people that went to see the show saying that the voices are gone, both of them, and it's not really from overusing the voice box, basically from the alcohol and drugs that has killed these guys from the inside. Like I said earlier, I think JoJo was on his deathbed at one point. Not really sure what the cause. If I had to take a guess, you know what? I'm not gonna take a guess because I don't want to put any false bravado out there. But just years of drugs and alcohol ruin these guys, and glad they're still living. I think JoJo is probably about 4 or 5 years older than me. KC is a couple years older than me, a year or two older than me. So these guys are, you know, from my time, from my era. So I want to wish them well. They gave me a lot of excitement, a lot of joy back in the day with the music. Unfortunately, many groups, no matter what decade they come out of, you once you get that level of success, it's almost like we on the outside say, "Oh man, they got these yachts and these beautiful cars and these beautiful houses." But honestly, once you cross, over to over that threshold of success and money, a lot of them just don't turn out well. A lot of them don't. Even ones that we thought were innocent, like Mary J. Blige, and I think she actually dated JoJo back in the day, and it was abuse and all kind of bad stuff in that relationship. But these people who find success, especially in the entertainment business. A lot of them just don't turn out well. I've seen a lot of business people that just regular people create these businesses, become very successful. Some turn out right, some don't. I guess it's up to the individual. But for the most part, the business people, they turn out well. But these entertainers, I don't know if it's a ritual these folks have to go through, sell your soul to the devil type thing, but the majority don't turn out well. But anyway, hope I didn't bore you with that. Just a quick piece on something I learned today about one of my favorite groups of the day, Jodeci. Shout out to them guys, Jojo and KC, and the other two brothers. I wasn't really familiar with them, but they were part of one of the greatest groups of the '90s and one of the greatest groups of all time. So don't forget to get out and vote, y'all. Tomorrow, well, today you'll see this today. On Tuesday, so don't forget to get out and vote. I think the polls close at 7, so you got plenty of time. But you guys stay blessed. I love you and I appreciate you. And as always, in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, you guys stay blessed. And I'll catch you next time.